And we're back
This is In the Room
with Sammy
and Owen.
I'm one of your hosts, Samuel Calderon II.
And I am your other host, Owen Burke, and chief editor.
Yeah, you got a big emphasis on the chief there.
Well, I am your only editor.
We're looking for more. Don't be afraid to contact us.
As well as guests. We are always open to having guests on the show.
We should probably let you know that if you're wanting to be on the show, right? We record after school on Fridays, like immediately after school on Fridays.
Yeah.
In the stage, behind the stage room.
The stage back room. The day that this is being recorded is Friday, August 25th. If you are listening, you will be hearing this on Wednesday, the 30th of August. With coming back to school, I personally had a very eventful summer. How about you?
Yeah, I'd say it was all right. We went to Disney World.
Yeah, the long-awaited trip to Disney World finally arrived for the music district part of the school. And it was me and Sammy and two other people shared a hotel room together. So the four of us did the parks.
Yeah, we went to Magic Kingdom. Both of the Universal. Yeah, we went to both of the Universal Studios parks, and then we went to Hollywood Studios on Friday. Right, we had one day for each park, pretty much. So gotta say, Magic Kingdom, not my favorite.
Although you have to admit, Magic Kingdom had the most to do in one day.
It's really quantity over quality with Magic Kingdom, you aren't getting the best rides. Space Mountain is like 60 years old at this point and is mostly a wind tunnel.
I went on that ride with Sammy, and the entire time
I was
complaining.
Yeah.
There was Sammy's commentary about the ride behind me the entire time.
During the ride, I was like, this is crappy, But, we got stuck. You remember that? We got stuck on It's a Small World. Several times. Right. We got stuck on It's a Small World. Yeah, it's a small world after all.
It's a Small World is maybe one of the worst rides
to get stuck on.
It's
fun, I guess. You get to sit down and you've been walking around all day.
Yeah.
So
air-conditioned room.
Air-conditioned room.
Cooled by the water.
You get to meet some new people. Met some people who I were speaking a language, which I'm pretty sure was German, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You remember those German guys?
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool, I think. And
that's one of the most favorite parts of mine about the trip, because Universal Studios, they have a thing where you can go single rider, which means on a ride that has rows of four, there are most people don't go in exactly groups of four.
Yeah.
So you can go on a single rider line, which is
significantly faster.
Yeah, if you're okay going on the ride completely by yourself, sitting next to
strangers.
Yeah. If you're sitting with strangers and you're fine with that, you hop in the single rider line, which is most of the rides we went on that were single rider were basically walk on. And you got to have very interesting conversations with people. You just open up, talk to them about it. I mean, you must. Yeah,
I remember it was I was on a Velocicoaster. Owen decided to pass on it. Amazing roller coaster. Honestly.
I don't do roller coasters.
I went on with my friend Danny, and we were on the single riders line, so we were split up. But I ended up getting on the ride with this, I think she looked Korean, I want to say. And, well, she screamed a lot. Not to the point where it was, like, annoying, but I probably would have screamed, too. I didn't. But I feel like I should have, because it would have made it more fun.
Yeah. I don't scream. I tense up.
I went to Raging Waves over the summer, right?
Right.
And we went on the Wannabe You know what that is?
That's the snake themed ride, right?
Yeah, that's the snake themed ride, and they go down, and then you go up to the yellow. Me and my dad went on it together.
Mhm.
Dad's a big dude, right? And so he went. We made it all the way to like the top color. Not the we didn't touch the water jets, but we did make it up to the top color. It's more like 4/5 of the way up.
I actually have gone on that ride. I always end up backwards. So
Yeah, that's
when
pretty sucky, huh?
when the tube is perpendicular to the ground, you bend your head backwards, and you can see the entire park upside down.
Which is probably pretty cool.
It is.
But you know what's even cooler than seeing it upside down? Seeing it normally. That's what I got to see. Besides, when you're going up there, you can see the entire park. You can also see fields and fields of corn. Because despite the fact that you're in the biggest water park in Illinois, you're still in Illinois.
Oh, man. Now, for at Disney World, we got the new Fast Pass system called Genie Plus.
Worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because otherwise we would have been waiting in line all day. We just waited in line a lot less. Now, with that, there's another thing on Genie Plus that allowed us to go on the Tron ride.
Yeah, we really ran to catch that one.
So
I ran so hard I puked.
So with the Tron ride, you apply for it at 7, and the tickets are all gone in almost a moment. We were fortunate enough to be able to get a pass, but we got on, and you get an allotted time zone to get on the ride and you get in line for the ride.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, we arrived to the park about an hour. We got through everything about an hour after the park had opened.
No, we didn't. We got there at around 20 minutes after it opened.
Right, but by the time that we actually got into the thick of the park, it had been an hour since it had opened.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or we had one of the first allotted time slots in the day, so we booked it. We completely just ran, and
there were a couple of tag-alongs that made things a bit more difficult.
But
you know who you are. I'm joking. It's all this podcast will never be used to smear someone that we know.
Of course not.
Yeah,
no.
Okay, but they were trying to tag along, but they didn't have the tickets. Unfortunately, Danny did not make it on the ride.
Yes, there were a few complications, and we lost. And it ended up just being me, Sammy, and the other person in our group, Aiden. That got to go on the ride. But we were minutes away from missing this time zone because it was about the hour was about to hit
the deadline.
It was about to end, and we were about to lose the passes to the brand new Tron ride. Now you got to go on it. How did you feel about it?
I mean, it was probably one of the best, probably the best thing in Magic Kingdom. But that's not that hard to beat, honestly. If I'm being honest, Magic Kingdom is, it really is. It feels like sometimes for small children. Yeah. And I understand that I'm at Disney World and that it was created for small children, but I still feel like a majority of the time most of the rides are just kind of, they're outdated, simply put.
Yeah, and for me, I don't have a problem in the fact that they're outdated. For me, I am a history nerd, and I've spent a lot of time looking into that, and for me, that is nostalgia. That is learning about
look into stuff, and then you get nostalgia for a time you were never there for.
Exactly. But that for me, that history is really cool. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride is ancient. The Haunted Mansion ride is ancient, but I love them because of that.
Oh, speaking of Haunted Mansion, worst time to release a movie ever. Simply, the Haunted Mansion movie. I didn't see it.
I saw it.
Was it good?
I liked it. Yeah.
Was it better or worse than Jungle Cruise?
I would put Jungle Cruise. I really did like Jungle Cruise.
But was it better or worse?
I would put it right below.
Then I'm probably not going to watch it.
Did you not like Jungle Cruise?
I love Jungle Cruise. but it was only good enough to the point where anything below it I probably wouldn't care to watch. So it was just barely tolerably good.
I wouldn't watch the Haunted Mansion movie again, but I liked watching it that first
I mean, Daniel
time.
Kaluuya is a great actor.
Yeah.
It's got Owen Wilson, which is, wow.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is also a great actor.
Hilarious.
I don't even know who else is in the show. But absolutely worst time because, first of all, it's a spooky movie, and they're releasing it in July.
Yeah.
Second of all, you know what came out like 2 days before?
Barbie, right?
Yeah, Barbie and Oppenheimer, which is what everybody went to the movies to see, not Haunted Mansion.
And then on top of with the strike going on,
it
didn't get a whole lot of publicity because they.
You know what I'm looking forward to though?
What?
Blue Beetle.
I am seeing it on Sunday.
I might see it with my dad, which means I'm probably going to see it with my dad, which means I'm going to tell my dad to make us go see it. I'm really hoping for the best here. I like whatever the actor's name is. He's on Cobra Kai, right? You watch Cobra Kai?
I have not.
It's good. It's a good continuation of Karate Kid, I think. I mean,
my only skepticism is
season 4 is awful, kind of.
Okay, but with the DC universe going on, it has been a roller coaster in quality.
Yeah, I mean, you had when did it start with like Man of Steel?
Yeah, Man of Steel.
Then you had Man of Steel 2.
No,
right or something.
Batman versus Superman.
Oh, Batman versus Superman was
nah.
I was what, like 10 when that movie came out. I was watching it with my mom on the couch, and even halfway through, I was like, "This is boring. I'm gonna go play on the laptop that we had," which was a really crappy laptop. You know, I should extend it. Like, this was a 2000, the year 2000, like a Dell laptop.
Then there was the Wonder Woman movie.
Wonder Woman 1984?
No, the first Wonder Woman.
I didn't see that.
That one takes place World War I. It's a good movie. I would watch it. I don't think I'd watch it again. But it was, so far, out of the 3 movies, it was the best. Then Justice League, which was
the Joss Whedon Justice League.
Well, that was the one that got released to the theater.
That one was forgettable.
That was not a great movie.
I mean, you know what I remember from that movie? Steppenwolf.
Oh yeah,
that's it. I don't actually remember anything else. You know, the only reason I remember Steppenwolf is because he wasn't in the what's his name? What was it? Dan Snyder? No, that's
the Snyder.
The cut. Snyder cut.
He was.
Was he?
Yeah.
At the very end, right?
The Snyder cut was the 4-hour.
Yeah, I
released.
Watched that.
It was the 4-hour director's cut by the original director Zack Snyder, and it is like
it's far better.
It's ridiculously long, and there are definitely things I would have cut. Like there is 5 minutes of a choir singing.
I don't remember that. I remember the Flash running around, and I remember Cyborg. I really liked Cyborg.
I didn't care for Cyborg too much.
I also was kind of confused as to how Superman died, but I didn't watch Man of Steel, so I didn't know.
Yeah, that was Batman versus Superman. But it is so much better in quality. And actually, it's by far the best of the Justice League movies.
At the time, maybe. But you're forgetting about Aquaman.
So far, like the Aquaman hadn't been made.
Yeah, but we're talking about Snyder Cut, which is when Aquaman had been made.
Oh, okay. So then you got the Aquaman movie, which I thought it was really good.
Still, we got Shazam. Shazam is not negligible. It is an amazing movie.
Yeah, I saw the first one in the theater, and it was fantastic. And I went to go see the second one in the theater. I didn't.
Still good, just not fantastic.
Right.
You know, I mean, yeah, but if we're being honest, Black Adam screwed it up.
You have such a great potential with The Rock being a new...
No, The Rock ruined it.
Really?
Yeah. You know what he tried to... He tried to take control. He's trying to take directive control. Oh. You know, The Rock has a thing in his contract that says he can't lose.
Yeah, I know that. And Vin Diesel has the same thing.
And that's why in Fast and Furious 6, when they get in a fight at Fast and Furious, whatever one Vin Diesel and The Rock, 7?
I think it was 7.
7. Whichever when they fight each other.
Gave out.
Yeah, that's why Vin Diesel turns into an earthbender.
And the
the street always wins. Oh, I guess the street won that time. With some papers knocked over. We'll fix this. Because we're good people. So, as we're fixing these papers, I'm still going to talk about why The Rock needs better roles and needs to lay off the ego.
Yeah, he's good. Better. I think he does better at comedy than action.
Yep. You know what he did really good? You ever seen a movie called The Rundown?
I have not. No, what's that one about?
He was debt collector. That's the word.
Oh, okay.
That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. He was a debt collector, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie starts off with him beating up the entire an entire football team's offensive line. He didn't want to, but the main guy had debt that he needed to collect, and he needed insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was asking, "I'm going to need the championship ring," which obviously he was like, "No." And so he fights him for it, and he gets it, and then he gets taken down by a guy with beanbag guns. With a beanbag gun.
Like a gun that shoots beanbags?
Yeah, the gun that shoots beanbags. It's a real thing.
Oh.
But then the big point of the movie is when he goes down to Brazil, right? And he has to get this guy who he's the guy who The Rock works for.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's son. Right? Oh. I don't remember their names. This is going to be a little bit difficult.
Is it more comedy or
it's
action?
Definitely it's both. It's absolutely both. There's a point where The Rock gets beat up by a bunch of native Brazilian guys, and they're short, but they're shredded.
Oh.
It's funny, but it's probably one of his best movies. Also, the first Jumanji.
Yeah,
actually, both of the Jumanjis were pretty good in relation to The Rock actually acting and not just playing The Rock. Yeah. Both of the Jumanji movies were actually some of his good roles. But every other movie, Jungle Cruise, he wasn't acting; he was just playing The Rock. Again, I like Jungle Cruise, but it really just felt like I was watching The Rock. Mm. Jungle Cruise, Journey. I was just watching The Rock play The Rock. All 4 Journeys.
There's 4 Journeys?
There is 4. There's Journey 4D at I know Six Flags or something.
Journey at the center of the
There's too many Journeys.
Then there's Journey on the Lost Islands or whatever.
But I digress. Except I don't digress. The Rock. So he had Journey and Jungle Cruise. Too many. He just played the same guy. Then you had the Fast and Furious series.
Do you know what is a great one where he's actually acting?
What?
Central Intelligence.
Central Intelligence. That's a great one. Yeah.
That is a great... And he's not just playing The Rock.
The Rock.
He's playing...
an actual character.
Yeah. Oh, that was...
Kevin Hart was good in that one, too.
Yeah.
Except Kevin Hart does kind of play the same guy every time. But you can get away with that more if you're a comedy actor.
Yeah.
If you're an action actor... You know who you turn into if you play the same guy every time? Steven Seagal. And nobody wants to be Steven Seagal. Possibly the worst modern actor. Period.
Oh man, how far have we come in this
conversation? We started talking about Disney World, and now we're here talking about Steven Seagal sucks. Anyways, I'm thinking, you have anything else you want to talk about, Owen?
I mean, we usually cover... the
International Days. So when you guys are seeing this, it's August 30th, right?
It's the Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday, August 30th. So we have a few international days here. We got International Whale Shark Day.
Yeah.
You like whale sharks? Go, it's your day. Oh, National Beach Day. That's a real thing. That's an actual, legitimate thing that you can possibly celebrate. National Grief Awareness Day. So don't forget that you're sad sometimes. That's pretty much what you're saying, is that you have to go through grief. And, I mean, it's important, I guess. Anyone can.
Yeah.
Everyone probably has.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be ashamed of it or something. I don't know. I don't feel things the way normal people do. I'm a robot. Rah! National Toasted Marshmallow Day, because s'mores just weren't good enough to get their own day. You know? That's pretty much it. Wait, actually, in 2012, Neil Armstrong died. Ha! Take that, spaceman! Or something.
Jeez, wow.
You went to the moon. I'm still on the Earth. Take that.
He was planning on saying one small step for a man, but he forgot the so he just said one small step for man, which means the same thing as mankind.
Yeah.
He was so excited he forgot to say the in that sentence.
I mean, I'd be pretty excited too. I'd probably be like, and that's a really interesting question. If you were the first person to step on the moon, what would you say? Woohoo! That's what you'd say, Owen. You know what I would say?
What would you say?
I'm better than all of you. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say if I was the first person to do anything. If I was the first person to shovel macaroni and cheese into a barrel and send it down the Niagara Falls River with some of my blood in it, let's say I just cut off a finger and put it in there, I would be like, I'm better than all of you because I did something no one's done before.
I don't understand why that makes you better.
See, what I'm doing right now is making Owen very confused.
It's working.
I like confusing him. It's funny.
All right. Well, so we.
I guess we're wrapping it up, huh?
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up. This is the season 2 premiere. This year we're starting much earlier in the year, and you could even consider this the first season and last season because we only sent out a few episodes.
Yeah,
that was more like a
preview.
Yeah, we're figuring out what we're doing. Now we actually know what we're doing, and we're gonna try to be on top of episodes. We're gonna try and
gonna try and capitalize, get some other workers on this.
Yeah, get some guest people in and actually be periodically doing this every weekend.
Yeah.
Every week.
For you guys, our lovely fans.
If you exist.
Nah, they exist.
Probably just some random guy.
It's what's his name? Killed the cat in the box.
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger's fans. That's what we're calling you. We're calling you Schrodinger's because we're not sure if you exist.
You simultaneously.
You might exist and you might not exist, and you simultaneously exist and don't exist because we said so, and we're thinking about you possibly existing. So therefore, you might not exist.
Schrodinger's audience.
Thank you. It's been a hell of a time.
Yeah.
This time we've talked about a lot of stuff, and I guess we're done for today, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So again, this has been In the Room with Owen and Sammy.
I am Owen, your chief editor and co-host.
And I am Samuel Calderon II, or Sammy, your other host. Thank you, and good night.